This is the sports betting top picks and plays. This is for the college basketball edition. I do apologize for missing some of the earlier games. I know some of the marquee games were missed. We do apologize for not getting that video out on time for those games. We sincerely apologize. But we do have, we're going to do the night games. The night games from 8 o'clock onward for the college basketball. So the first game we're going to start off with is USC versus UCLA. So we're going to get to that game right now, and we'll show you that here. Oddslogic.com. All for the latest line moves, totals, injury report. That's oddslogic.com. That's USC versus UCLA. This one's 9.5 UCLA. Total 143. We see it now going to 142. So it's 142.5. We're starting to see the movement there. Now, as far as the line, we see it going from 9.5. No movement to the 10 as yet. Still 9.5 across the board. A little bit surprising that we're not seeing any movement at this time of the day. But the only thing that's moving is the total, just gone down by a point. Let's see. We'll get a better perspective here from the Pinnacle to get an update, just to see what's going on. So we'll get the line history on this game. That's USC versus UCLA. Hopefully it'll give us a better update. So wait for this to come up. Let's give it a few moments. It should come up. That's USC UCLA. Let's give it a moment. All right, so it's a bit okay. So we're seeing a lot of it's predominantly USC money coming in at this 9.5. UCLA is there as well, so a little bit of resistance, but there's more consistency with the over the total of 143.5. We're seeing some over money. So we'll look into this further. We'll look into this game further. That's USC UCLA. So look at this matchup here. This is the later game here. That's the 8 o'clock game. That's 5 p.m. Pacific for West Coast viewers. All right, so we'll look into this game here now. So we see here head-to-head. They last played on January 27th was the last game, as you can see there. USC at home. UCLA was a 1.5 point favorite. UCLA covered 82-76, and it did go over the total. It was 138.5, and it did go over the total. So we're going to look at the overall 3-7 overall USC last 10 games, 4-6 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. USC 1-4 last 5 games, and USC 1-4 last 5 games, and are 4-1 to the over. They haven't been playing that good on the road. They've lost 3 straight road games and haven't covered any games on the road at all. They've been pretty bad. UCLA 7-3 last 10, 7-2 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. UCLA 3-2 last 5 games, and they're 2-3 to the under. So this is the second meeting. Let's look at this game carefully and see which is the best course of action for this game. This is the 8 o'clock start. Let's see. So USC UCLA head to head. Yeah, we're gonna go with the. We're not gonna touch this side. This side's too there's too much uncertainty on the side because of a bit of resistance with the side. Some liking USC, some like UCLA. So we're going to take instead, we like the over in this game, over 142.5. The last game went over 138, then it's gone up by 5 points. So from 138 to 142, it's gone up. So basically, it's just letting you know, from my standpoint, that the over, we like the over in play. Despite UCLA, we know they've gone under in their last 5. We still like the over here. In my opinion, I like the over. I like that angle a lot, just from the standpoint that the last game was the previous game in January was 138.5. Now it's gone up by 5 points to 142.5. So I like this angle here for the over 142.5. Like I said, I don't have a play on the side. I just like the total. That's going to be my play for that. So that's UCLA and USC. So just one moment, I got it here. All right, so the next game we're going to look at here, going forward, we have Oklahoma at Texas. That'll be the next game. Oklahoma at Texas. Yeah, Oklahoma at Texas. We have that game here that we're going to look at. This game, as you see, opened up 5.5. Total 155.5. Total 155. That's what it is now. So it's gone down to 4.5 at FanDuel. And some books have it at 5. But the total has gone down. Its consensus for the total is 154.5. We are seeing some 153s, but right now 154.5, and the spread is at 5.5. Some places at 5. So we'll take another look at this. We'll look at the line history in this game, and look at the total perspective. So we'll see where the public is and the sharps are. We'll take a look at this. Let's give it a moment. It should come up. That's Oklahoma and Texas. So a bit of a resistance. Majority of the majority likes Texas, but there's one that likes Oklahoma. As you can see here, nothing on the total. So that's where we stand on that game. So look at this game. We'll look at this game here. Let's take a look. So it's come down 153. Yeah, we'll take a look at this game here. Just one moment. We're gonna look at the head-to-head in this matchup. Get to the head-to-head. Let's see here. Head-to-head will be Oklahoma. Okay, so Oklahoma, Texas. We're gonna look into that. Oklahoma, Texas. Okay. Head-to-head 9-1 last 10 games. The last game was January 15th at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a 2.5-point favorite at home. Texas covered and won in Oklahoma, 77-73, as you can see here. And in that instance, the game went over the total, 149.5, if you guys can see that. So this is the second meeting now. Oklahoma 3-7 last 10 games. 5-5 against the spread. 6-3-1 to the over. That's Oklahoma. They are 2-3 last 5 games. And are 3-1-1 to the over last 5 games. Texas 3-7 last 10, 3-7 against the spread, 9-1 to the over. 2-3 last 5 games. Texas 5-0 to the over. So they've gone over in 5 straight games. Actually, no, it's more than that. Overall, they've gone over the total in 9 straight games. Well, just like in the first game, how it went over the total, and Texas controlled the pace. As a matter of fact, Texas has beaten Oklahoma in the last 8 meetings. They've beaten this team, and the last 8 meetings that they've beaten them, they've gone over the total 5 of the last 8. So I like the over in this game, and they've gone over 8 straight against other opponents. So yeah, I like over the total in this game for sure. Oklahoma, Texas over 154.5. I like the over in this game. I'm gonna go with the over. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I like that angle. Yeah, that's the only way to play it. And let me see if I can look at the first half here. Oklahoma, Texas, because they've dominated this. They've dominated this team. Yeah, we even take them in the first half. I like the first half as well. 2.5 first half Texas. I like the first half. Texas 2.5 first half, and I like the over 154.5. I'm gonna take that route. I'll take that route. I'll take that. That's it for that game. Next game we're gonna look at here. Whoops, sorry about that. Yeah, so the next game we look at is Virginia at Syracuse. That's the next game. It's -1 Syracuse, total 138. It's come down to 136.5. Now we're seeing all of a sudden open up at 1 for Syracuse. Now 1.5. We're seeing at a few books pick 'em. We're starting to see some pick'ems come up. So it's even money pick 'em. Pick'ems at some of the books and 1. But the total has dropped to 136.5. So we're going to look into this game further here. Yeah, we'll look into this one a little bit further. And we're going to give a pick here in this one. So Syracuse is getting all the love. The public is on Syracuse. And they're on the under. So Syracuse on the under. Let's see if I agree with the public or not in this one. That's Virginia and Syracuse. Syracuse is at home. All right, let's look in this one further. Let's take a look at it. Look at this matchup here. Let's look at this one here. Virginia, Syracuse. All right, they have not. This is the first meeting of the season between these two teams. So overall, Virginia 6-4 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 7-2 to the over. 2-3 last 5 games is Virginia, and 3-2 to the over Virginia. Syracuse, meanwhile, they're 3-7 last 10 games, 6-3-1 against the spread, 5-5 over under. Syracuse 1-4 last 5 games, and are 3-2 to the over. Hmm. Hmm. Let me see if I can get a. Let me see if I can get a good angle on this one. Let's see here. I'm looking at a first half. I'm gonna take a look at the first half and look at the odds here to see. So first half, nothing there. I'm gonna take Syracuse. Syracuse on the money line. I like Syracuse here. I know Virginia has dominated the series over the past couple of years, but to me that it's so far back that doesn't really count in my eyes. I just like Syracuse here at home. We know they've lost 2 straight games. They've lost 2 straight games on the road, but when they're at home, they're very dominant at home. They're good at home. Yeah, to me, they're more dominant and comfortable playing at home on their home court. So I like them here in this spot. I think they bounce back. They've lost 2 straight, but I think this is a bounce back spot for Syracuse. I like him here on the money line. Yeah, I like him here. This is a must win, and I like Syracuse here. I know it's a tricky game, but I like Syracuse here. I think they bounce back. I like the money line here. Money line play. I would take the money line. The total I'm not going to touch. I'm just going to take Syracuse on the money line. I think they bounce back and get an important win. I like him here, especially now with the game. It's showing pickup. It's kind of all over the place, but I'm still going to stick with Syracuse at home. I like him at home here. Syracuse to win the game. I like him here. So the next game I'm gonna go with here. Let's see. We're gonna do Houston and Baylor. We'll go Houston, Baylor. We'll do Houston and Baylor. Houston versus Baylor. We'll do that one. This one here, 4.5. It opened up at total 130.5. We've seen it go up to 4, down to 4. It's dropped down to 4, but the total is still at 130. It really hasn't. It's down to 130.5, 130. That's really. It's down to 129. We see one book at 129. That's wager 129. Other than that, it's sticking at 130. Not a lot of movement in this one. Very strange. 130.5, 130. Yeah, there's not much movement in this one. So look into this game further. We'll look at the line history in this game. That's Houston Baylor. We'll look at that one. It's still 4.5. Very, very strange. We'll look at this one here. Very unusual for the line not to move. That's like a red flag to me. But let's look into this one. So we see Houston getting all the money. Public money's on Houston. Line not really moving. Especially the total. That's staying where it is. But the public likes the under in this game, under 130. Let's look into this one further. They like the Houston and the under. Let's see. We'll break this down here. We're going to break this game down here. Houston and Baylor. There we are. So they played once already last month. And it was in Houston. 9.5. Houston was favored. Houston won 76-65. And it was 132. It went over. Look at the head-to-head. We see 9-1 last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Houston, they have won 3, 6, 9 games in a row. They've won 9 in a row. And they're 2-3 to the under. Houston in the last 5. Baylor 5-5 last 10, 2-7-1 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under. Baylor's won 2 straight games. They're 2-3 last 5, and are 1-4 to the under. Baylor 1-4 to the under. Houston 2-3 to the under. Yeah, let me see. I know the first game went over. The first meeting went over in January in Houston. Man. Houston doesn't really need the game. They're in the tournament already. I think Baylor, they might need it a little bit more. Houston doesn't really need it. The last 3 meetings have gone over the total. I see everybody's on the over. Oh, boy. Let me see. Let me look at this thing here. Yeah, I'm going to have to take Baylor. I like Baylor to cover the points. The reason why I say Baylor is because the line hasn't really moved. The line is very stagnant. Sitting at 4.5, 4. I know the public's on Houston, but I'm going to take Baylor to cover the points here. It's plus 4.5. I'm going to take Baylor. Let me look at something here. Maybe a first half. Let me see something. Because when the line's really not moving, it's just sitting there. It's a bit of a concern for me. So I gotta look. Yeah, I gotta take. Plus the thing is, Houston doesn't really need the game, like I said. So for me, I gotta look at. I'll even look at Baylor in the first half. Baylor first half plus 2.5. Full game plus 4.5. I have to look at that angle. That's the angle I'm gonna have to take. Yeah, that's the angle. That's the angle I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the. I'm not touching the total. I'll just take the side and take Baylor in the first half plus 2.5 because Baylor's at home, and I'm gonna take Baylor full game 4.5 plus 4.5. That's the angle I'm gonna take for that. The next game we're gonna look at. Let's see. The next game we're looking at here. Let's see here. This is going to be Nevada, San Diego State. That'll be the last game. Nevada, San Diego State. That'll be the next game. That's the last game we're going to be doing. That's a Mountain West game. So San Diego State 6 plus. They're -6, and it's 132.5. It's come down now to 131.5. 131. So that's a significant drop in my opinion. See, but the line hasn't really moved. It's still at 6. We see a 5.5 at a few books, but mainly across the board 6. So look into this game further. See where the public and sharps are. This will be the final game we're doing on the board. So San Diego State getting all the love. They're the public darlings. They're getting the play. Nothing with the total. Let's take another perspective here. I'll take the 5.5 and see what happens here, just to get a better of a perspective. Okay, so this will be the last game on the board, and that's it. Yeah, San Diego State's the public play. We'll see. Okay, so we're going to look into this game now. Let's see. So it's January 25th. That's the first meeting. In Nevada. Nevada was a 2.5-point favorite. And San Diego State covered and won 69-50. Hopefully you guys can see that there. And the total was at that time under 131. It was an under in that game. That was the first meeting. As you can see there. So the second meeting, and they've gone under in 3 straight. The 3 straight unders for this game, head to head. 3 straight unders. Nevada right now 5-5 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Nevada's 1-4 last 5 games, and they are 3-2 to the over last 5. That's Nevada. San Diego State 7-3 last 10, 3-7 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. San Diego State 3-2 last 5 games, 4-1 to the over. So San Diego State 4-1 to the over. Nevada the opposite. Actually, Nevada 3-2 to the over. So both teams right now are playing to the over. First meeting went under. This game is in San Diego State. Yeah, San Diego State should cover here. I mean, Nevada has never won in San Diego State. They have not won in there before. I don't expect them to win there tonight, but the question is, can San Diego State cover the points? The public thinks that they can. Let me see if I think so. Let's see here. See if I can get a good angle on this one. I'm going to take in this game, I'm going to look, because this is a head-to-head battle. Last 3 meetings have gone under. The latest meeting in January went under. It's 131 now. It's the exact same spot it was at in January, which is a coincidence. So the total has not really been a lot of movement. Let me see. Let me take one last look at this. So it's gone down 132, 131, like we mentioned. I'm going to take a look at the under. I like the under 131.5 in this game. Under 131.5, and I'd look at a Nevada first half. Nevada plus 3.5 in the first half. I'd look at that. Plus 3.5 Nevada in the first half. And I'd take the under 131.5. That's the way I'm going to play that one. Yeah, I like that angle. All right, and that's it for the basketball edition. My name is Abby. Thank you for joining me. Whether you fade or follow these picks, it's up to you. I just basically look at the games, see what I like, and then basically make the call and make the pick from what I see and like. I still hope, whether you fade or foul, that you cash a big winner. Hope you have a big night. Hit some winners. Hit the like and subscribe button for more picks and plays on the total and the spread, the point spread. Again, thank you very much for joining me. Stay true to yourself, stay blessed, stay humble, believe in yourself. Peace, good luck to everybody. I'm gone. Thanks.